C.3 Basics of jQuery. In this part, I want to introduce a very important JavaScript library. It is very popular, very powerful. It will increase your productivity a lot. All right, so let us look at the first part, the basics of jQuery. First, let's look at, so why we need to use jQuery here. What is the main purpose? It is pretty simple. Look at this goal. Simplifies JavaScript programming. It can make JavaScript programming much simpler, and you can do much more than the old way. All right. So let us look at some simple facts about jQuery. First, jQuery is a JavaScript library. So you can download, put it in your web application, so then you just use it. Then the purpose of jQuery is to make it much easier to use JavaScript on your website. The general purpose. How? You will see it. Next, the jQuery philosophy. Write less, do more. So simple, right? But you will see very effective. You will see the impact is pretty big. In the web programming community, the jQuery quickly get attention, and then now it becomes a powerful tool in this community. Next, how to do it? Pretty simple. So you can quickly use it in your web applications. Uses special methods to implement a lot of common tasks in JavaScript. So it creates some mechanism, pretty simple, some special mechanism. Then you use jQuery way, you can do a lot of things much easier. You will see several examples quickly. We will see that. Next slide, we will see it. jQuery simplifies AJAX calls and a DOM manipulation. AJAX call. In the next module, so we will study this AJAX technology. But actually pretty simple. So you will see how easy to do the AJAX calls in jQuery. DOM manipulation. So the DOM theory, we will also learn in next module. All right, so next, we need to add jQuery to web pages. So how to do it? Here, there are two simple ways. The first way, we just download the whole jQuery library from the website. That library is not very big. Actually pretty small. It's hard to imagine such a powerful JavaScript library. The code you need to download quite small. All right. So after you download it, you just put in a folder, special folder. So here we use the JS folder. This is the file name. Probably you may like to use the current version. Depends on how much you like to do. The second way, include jQuery from a CDN. If you want to do this way, you just copy some CDN link. Yeah. Here, usually people use the Google CDN jQuery link, like this example. Yeah. All right. So next, we want to use jQuery. Yeah. But we like to learn some basic principles when we use the jQuery. Yeah. jQuery way. Yeah. The typical jQuery way can be described in this just one sentence. Yeah. With jQuery, you select. Yeah. You select some object first. Yeah. Some here the general object first. Yeah. Select HTML elements. Yeah. So, all right. And perform actions on them. That's the pattern format for the jQuery syntax. Yeah. How to do that? Yeah. Let's look at the jQuery syntax details. Yeah. The basic format, the first part, selector. You can see use a $sign, special $sign. That's the, basic symbol in jQuery. Then a pair of parentheses around. That inside the parentheses, you need to describe your selector. Your selector. So here, you know the terminology when we learn CSS, right? CSS, we use selector, right? The same thing as in the CSS. Yeah. All right. Use this CSS syntax to select elements. So you're familiar with that way. Yeah. Next, we will see several simple examples. Yeah. After that, dot action. You just call some special jQuery function to do the processing work. That's the basic format of jQuery syntax. Yeah. All right. So with that, we are ready to look at some simple examples. Yeah. All right. First, let's take a look if we want to hide the current element. Yeah. Sometimes we like to hide a specific element, right? Yeah. In JavaScript, we can do that, right? We have several ways we can do that. Yeah. But here, the jQuery way is very simple. Yeah. First, $parenthesis this. Yeah. This keyword. Yeah. This keyword refers to the current element. Okay. Whatever it is, this element. Dot hide function. Hide function. Yeah. So the element disappears. Yeah. For example, suppose you have a button. Yeah. The button, you put a hide. Yeah. When you click it, if this button calls this jQuery function, yeah, then you will see the element disappears. Yeah. All right. So simple. Yeah. Similarly, if we want to hide different elements, yeah, we can do that task easily. Yeah. Next example, hide all P elements. Elements. Yeah. Select all P elements. You just change the selector part. All right. How? Double quotes P. Double quotes, then the tag name. Tag name for the elements. Yeah. Hide all elements with class text. You specify the selected elements by class name. Yeah. Very simple. Dot. Yeah. CSS way, right? Dot class name. The CSS selector way. Yeah. All right. Similarly, you can easily extend this method to all other cases. Yeah, here, ID case. Yeah, select one element with ID. Yeah. That hashtag, right? Hash symbol, all right? Hash symbol, double quotes, hash test, your selector, all right? Yeah. But sometimes you may like to select elements with a little more conditions. Yeah, so you can do that. So let us look at a little more requirements for the selector. So more selector examples. Yeah. All right. First, select all elements. Yeah, you select all elements. Yeah. Star representing all elements. Yeah, pretty straightforward, right? Pretty straightforward. Yeah. Select all P elements with. So for P elements, we want to add another condition part, class condition part. Yeah. You can combine these two, tag name and class name, p.intro. You select, all right? Select the first P element. Yeah, P, but the first one. So P colon first. First keyword here. Yeah. Pretty straightforward. Yeah. Next, select the first li element of the first ul element. How about that? All right? Yeah. ul space li colon first. Yeah. Look at that. Okay? Yeah. Pretty simple. Yeah. All right. Next, select all elements with an href attribute. This time, we need to select attribute. So you can see, yeah, all the possibilities considered in jQuery selector. Yeah, a pair of square brackets around href attribute name. Yeah. Select all button elements. Yeah. And another possibility, input elements of type button. So these two cases, we treat the same thing. Yeah. When you want to select that part, colon, yeah, inside the double quotes, colon button. Yeah. All right. Select all even tr elements. Even, odd. Yeah, you just select even. Yeah. You can see we just do tr colon even. How simple it is. Yeah. Here, you just get the idea. We can do a lot of things in a very simple way in jQuery. Yeah. Here, we do not need to go through all the possibilities. Not necessary. Yeah. When you need some special selector, you can search the web to find it. All right? Yeah. But here, you just get the idea on its capability, its power, its simplicity. Yeah. All right. Next, jQuery event methods. Yeah. So now we like to do function calls. Yeah. How to call some functions. Yeah. So we get to that part. Yeah. Event methods. All right. In jQuery, most DOM events have an equivalent jQuery method. Yeah. Event. Yeah, you know the event, right? Yeah. So mouse click, mouse move, press, button, all those events. So those events in JavaScript, the when you do the same thing in jQuery, those events become corresponding methods. Because when that event happens, you want to call some function. You want to call the function you defined inside that, the code inside that function. Yeah, so let's look at a simple example. First one, dollar parenthesis document object, right? So we get the whole document of the page. All right, dot ready. Yeah, ready is an event, right? On ready, remember? Yeah. So the page load, after the page loaded, complete the loading, this ready event happens. Yeah. So here we use this ready function to represent that ready event. Yeah. So you can see it allows us to execute a function when the document is fully loaded. Yeah. Now in this function, we can write, processing code inside. Yeah. Do something special when the document is loaded. Yeah. All right. Next. Yeah. Dollar parenthesis selector. Yeah. Just selector we described in the previous page. Suppose you select certain elements, then dot click. Click is an event, right? So here we use the jQuery click function, because when that event occurs, this function is called. So you write a code inside this function. Very convenient, right? Just a different way you do the function call corresponding to the events. Yeah. This one, look at this special case. It attaches an event handler function. Yeah. It attaches an event handler function to an HTML element. Attaches. Yeah, look at this. Attaches. Because some of the HTML elements, by default, certain events may not be attached to those elements by default. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. But if you want to attach, then you need to do some work in JavaScript. You need to do some work. So we have example. If you want to go back to drag and drop example, you can see we add a listener, right? Event listener. We need to add event listener to attach events to some elements. So it's relatively more complicated. But here, jQuery makes that step very simple. Yeah, just selector dot click. Yeah, already attached. You just write a code inside. How easy it is. Yeah. So this feature actually is very useful. Very useful. Yeah. So later I like to show you a simple example. Yeah. Because you can make any element clickable and associate some special code to it. Yeah. Look at this example. Yeah. P element. Yeah. P element originally it is not clickable, right? Originally it is not clickable. You do not associate click event to it by default. Yeah. But here we can make it clickable in this simple way. Yeah. So look at this. Selector, yeah, dollar, parenthesis, double quote, P, then dot, click, parenthesis, we put the function definition inside. Yeah. The function definition. Yeah. Function parenthesis, then curly braces, then what do you like to do inside this function? how simple it is. Yeah. So this simple example, we may like to do a little more things. Later, I try to use some special example regarding this special feature. Very interesting. Next, another important jQuery method, CSS method. From this name, you can see we want to modify CSS properties. So this method sets or returns two ways. Change sets, returns, retrieve the property value, current property value, one or more style properties for the selected elements. So with this simple function, you can add a lot of interesting features in your JavaScript code. So let's look at how do we do it. Get a CSS property. Pretty straightforward. CSS parentheses, double quotes, you just put the property name there. This function returns, or this method returns the property value. After you get the property value, you can do data processing. Pretty straightforward. So we will see some examples regarding this feature. Example. So look at simple example. CSS, this time we want to retrieve background color value, property value. So what is the background color? Okay, so after we retrieve it, so then we can do further processing. All right, it's the set case. Set a CSS property. This time, when we want to set a special value for a CSS property, we still use this method, but we add a second parameter. First parameter, the property name. The second parameter, the property value. Pretty straightforward. All right. Look at this example. Background color property, we set yellow color. How about that? So in this way, you can change the background color. So simple, right? So easy. So here you can get an idea. Although I haven't shown you examples. Next jQuery video, I will show you a few examples. But here you can quickly get the idea. It is a simple, powerful way to write JavaScript code. All right, so let me complete part C right here.